so I leave it all behind. I always.
Hey, what's going on, Vape fam? It's Hack back at you again. Today, we're going to be checking out the Jax Box series 3D printed box. But first, I got some stuff I got to get off my chest, man. I've been kind of reading on different things and listening to a lot of the some other reviewers and stuff on this whole deal that's going on with rip trippers right now. Keep in mind, I don't have a dog in this race at all, okay? But, you know, and I don't really watch rip trippers a whole lot. I've seen his videos. Everyone's seen his videos. Everybody knows he gets paid for his stuff. That's nothing new. But I've been seeing videos put up by certain reviewers, and several of them. Twisted 420's review or rebuttal video was pretty funny, I thought. But there's some other things that came up, and a lot of people are talking a lot of shit about what he did, and that now they have exposed him for what he's doing. And I want to inform everyone that not a single reviewer exposed him for fucking anything. He put his own video up. He exposed his fucking self. Whether he's getting paid by sponsored stuff or whatever. He put his own video up. No reviewer, not anybody exposed him for anything. So this whole, oh, we finally exposed you for what you are, and jumping this fucking guy for what he did in the video he made, I think is complete horseshit. In my opinion, it's just horseshit. He put his own video up. Whether he exposed what he was doing or not, whether he was this was an ad that he's getting paid for or whatever, that's his doings. And also the whole, you know, I can understand it puts a bad light to kind of say that vaping has side effects, but not unless I'm just got the complete wrong information, and the people that I know that have PG allergies are lying. There are some possible side effects with vaping. And I'm sorry to blast you out there, JH, but your video on, you know, that vaping doesn't dehydrate you at all, that's a fucking lie. You can go and do research and ask any fucking medical doctor or whatever you want to. Vaping, that's why it's been said by several reviewers that you should drink plenty of water when you're vaping, because it can dehydrate you. It can give you a dry mouth. I've had it personally myself. There are PG allergies. There, you know, I don't know a lot of VG. I think it's very rare, but there are PG allergies. People have can possibly get a skin condition from it. They can have their have an allergic reaction and their throat kind of close a little bit. I know that it can make your lungs feel tight. There are allergies. There are things that you have to watch out for. Especially if you're a new vapor, you got to find what works for you. But putting a video out and blasting that there's no side effects of vaping, we don't fucking know that. I don't give a shit what anyone says. There is not hard evidence yet. There's not been enough time, and there's not hard evidence yet that completely says that vaping has no short-term or long-term effects. Okay, we are putting stuff in our body that is not meant to be there. Even if we're eating food or drinking Coca-Cola or whatever, you're putting a foreign liquid into your body. So it could possibly have a side effect. You know, until we have, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of research on this, I don't think anybody can just say, oh, well, you know, there's no side effects and vaping hasn't had a problem with anybody. And I know 2 people personally that have PG allergies. And, you know, they don't get it by actually eating or ingesting anything with PG in it. There's a difference between ingesting something and ingesting something that's in a vaporizer that, you know, goes straight to your lungs. There's a big difference on that, and it can cause an allergy when you're vaporizing something, or, you know, anything like an inhaler or something. You can, you know, there's just different ways of ingesting stuff, but it really man, it just aggravates the shit out of me that people just get on this big rant about stuff that they really don't know what they're saying. And I'm not talking about Twisted's video. There's other videos out. There's people all over fucking Facebook and different media sites and stuff talking about this stuff. And they're jumping on the bandwagon and they don't do any research. I know me personally, I have a small PG kind of allergy. It affects me differently. It's not as bad as that I've seen some people have, but if I vape something that has a high PG in it, it does start affecting me. It starts affecting my lungs, makes my lungs real tight. So there is, you know, there are allergies. I believe that there possibly could be a side effect. We don't know what it is. People are different. Every human is different, and it's going to react with people differently. So you can't just say that, oh, well, nothing fucking happens. It don't dehydrate you. It doesn't do that. It might dehydrate the guy next to you and not do anything to you. Just because it doesn't do anything to you doesn't mean it don't fucking happen, okay? And that's the bottom line. It's just ridiculous, and it's getting on my nerves. This is I'm gonna do a review on this box, but this is also kind of a vloggy rant thing, I guess. I don't know, but you know, we have to stick together for the greater good of our hobby and of what is helping us stay off cigarettes. Because in the end, you know, whether there are a side effect or not in vaping, I would rather vape than put however many 4,000, 7,000 chemicals or whatever from a cigarette in my body. But keep in mind, anything that is foreign that you ingest in your body in some way could possibly have an effect. You know, there's people have allergies for all kinds of shit. And you can't make me think for 2 seconds that not anyone on the planet has an allergy to PG. VG, I've read about it, it's really rare. But PG can have effects. You know, and I think we need to stick together more as a community, and that, you know, we're doing this to not smoke cigarettes, and we're doing this to help other people that are smoking to get off cigarettes. We're not, and I don't give a fuck who it is. Any reviewer on YouTube, we should not be in the boat to fucking jump someone else. You know what I'm saying? I think that if you made a funny kind of parody video or something, just to kind of get your opinion out there, that's one thing. But to make fucking videos of just downing the fuck out of people and like saying, oh, well, your channel's gone now, man, and you've done fucked yourself and this, that, and the other. Who the fuck are you, man? Who the fuck are you? You don't know what's going to happen to this channel. You have no idea. It's none of your, it really is none of your concern what happens with him. The people that are doing this and putting all this shit on Facebook that actually are supposed to be in the vape community and review stuff and different things like that, you should worry about what you're doing. You know, Rip has been, there's been rumors about him for a long time, man. You know, but in the end, you know, I've watched his videos. I like some of his videos. Some of them I don't like. Just like with every other reviewer, I have tons of respect for all the reviewers that I know on YouTube. I have respect for every single one of them, man, because, you know, some of them were pioneers of this stuff. So, you know, if he was doing something with ads or something like that, you know, he might realize that he made a mistake. I don't know. I don't know what really happened with him and what that video was really about. But I sure as fuck ain't gonna sit here on my camera and down this guy and talk trash about this dude that honestly has probably helped more people get off smoking or stay vaping when they wanted to go back smoking than a lot of other reviewers on YouTube. And that's, you know, that's just how I feel about it. You know, I'm a pretty straight shooter. I'm not gonna sit here and hide from other reviewers or people on the internet about my opinions. I'm not gonna hide my opinions on it. I try not to be vocal about as much stuff and let things kind of figure their own ways out. But when I see people that are trashing other people's that are really pioneers in this stuff and have done a lot of good, that's uncalled for, man. That's not how we're supposed to do it. That's not what's supposed to happen and how we do things as a community. You know, that's the problem, man. Like, a lot of people have become, you know, it's all about me and my channel and this, that, and the other. And they don't give a shit about anybody else. You know, this is supposed to be I believe it's supposed to be a community. We're supposed to take care of each other, man. We're not supposed to fucking try to hurt each other. You know what I'm saying? Whether he made a mistake or not, you know, you don't just try to go and fucking sabotage somebody and you got a fucking 1,000 subscribers, man. Like, I have 200 and something, you know, and I'm not getting on here making a fucking Rip Trippers is a piece of shit rant video so I can get my fucking subscriber count up, man. Fuck that shit, dude. That, you know, and I apologize for my my cussing and stuff like that, but it's aggravating because half of the people that make videos on it, or half of the people that are posting on Facebook saying they're gonna be making videos on it to try to up their subscriber count and up their views and stuff, that's the only reason they're doing it. They don't have a dog in the race. They want to put a video out there and so people can type in, you know, Rip Trippers exposed and their fucking video comes up. Oh, and then someone can click on it to get in the drama and so they can get some more views and get some more subscribers. That's all it's about. Twisted, he don't have to have any more subscribers. I think he did a funny video. It was, you know, he wasn't doing it like, I don't think he was doing it maliciously or whatever to, you know, say fuck you to this guy. You know, it was funny. It could have been like, hey man, you fucked up, and I'm gonna make a parody video out of it. And I think it's hilarious, you know, because sometimes if you fuck up, you need someone, you know, to kind of show you that you fucked up. But you don't need some fucking guy or, you know, several people that don't have any viewership really that are getting on there and you know, trashing people. It's uncalled for. Whether he's fucked up or not, you know, I don't think it's right to do it. But I'll leave that at that, man. Another thing I did want to talk about, since we're on this community kind of thing. Oh, hold on, man. Let me take a vape. I wanted to show y'all this too. I got my Cigelli, but this is the Velocity RDTA. So it's the Velocity, pretty much the Velocity dripper on top, and then it has a 2.5 millimeter tank on the bottom, or 2.5 mils tank on the bottom, and you put your wicks down there, kind of like a Genesis atomizer or something. But I'm gonna take a vape, man, because I got my blood pressure up. That helps out. But another thing on like community stuff, it happens in a lot of I'm sure it happens all over the place. But, you know, we have, especially in the United States and a lot of other countries too, you know, we're fighting a battle right now to keep our rights, to keep what we love, you know. And I'm asking everybody, you know, to keep that in mind. You know, do your call to actions and stuff. Go sign up on Casaa.org and get in that. Make sure you sign the petitions. Make sure you can do everything you can and write your state representatives and stuff, and make sure that we keep vaping alive and keep it how it is. But you know, I wanted to talk about too. I see a lot of videos, even though they're not vape videos or review related, but I see videos on YouTube all the time with a lot of honestly underage kids vaping and stuff. And I know that those kids are going to local shops and buying this stuff. So if you run a shop, or if you know someone that runs a shop, and if you go in shops, if you ever see underage kids, man, make sure you bring it up to the manager or the owners of the stores, because we really I've noticed it a few times down in Alabama where I live. I've noticed kids being in there, and it's just not a good look for what we're doing. So you know, just make sure that you do what you can for what you care about. And if you see kids vaping, man, talk to them and talk to the managers and try to get it handled in the stores, because I hear about it more and more that, you know, back when this first started and stuff, you know, and there's still really good shop owners today that are really great people, but you know, a lot of the shop owners that I know started the business not only to make money but to help people. And so there's good shops out there and there's bad shops out there too. And but we want to make sure that we keep vaping around. So, you know, just try to help out as much as you can. Sign your petitions. If you happen to see kids in shops and stuff, make sure to call them out. Make sure to call the manager out on it. Make this thing, we don't need the FDA, we don't need the government and stuff seeing kids in vape shops and stuff. It don't happen a lot, but I just wanted to bring it up so y'all can, you know, if you happen to see it, don't just sit there and stand aside and not do anything. You know, be proactive. If you see something out of line, man, talk to the shop owners, because there's good shops and good owners and stuff that could, you know, might have made a mistake and they need to fix it. And, you know, it's just another way to stay proactive, to keep vaping around for everyone of age to enjoy and to help people get off smoking. Because if vaping goes away, you know, or I don't know if it goes away or not, but if they put a lot of regulations down, man, it's going to make it harder on smokers to want to come to vaping. So you know, we really need to look out for the smokers and look out for ourselves too. But I just kind of wanted to touch base on that. I'm thinking about doing more kind of vlog stuff. I took a lot of what y'all said in the comments to heart. I don't know so much about doing juice reviews. I've never been a big guy on reviewing juice. I'm very picky about what I like. So juice reviews, you know, we might do some from time to time. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing some more in-depth building review stuff, kind of like that. And maybe reviewing different wires and different cottons and different stuff like that. Trying to get it a little bit into more temperature control and kind of going through how it works. But anyway, let's get off that. And I want to show y'all this box again. This, like I said, is the Jax Box. It was a custom box made. I got this for free, actually. I actually won it in a contest. But it's a one-off box with a pistol grip. And it's a one-off because of the color. He hasn't made another one in the color. But what we'll do is we'll dive down close. I'll let you see the insides of it, let you see how the box was built and everything, and I'll make sure to leave the Facebook link in the description. So if you want a awesome series, or he makes anything you want, he can do custom stuff. He's really on point with his boxes, and you can contact him and he'll make whatever you want. So stick with me, guys, and we'll dive down close and I'll show you everything on this box. Thanks. All right, guys, we're up to the up close and personal part. I won it in a contest that was going between Jax Box and Joker's Wild Juice. So it actually has a JW logo 3D printed onto the box. But you can see what it looks like here. It's got your nice pistol grip holder, so it fits real well in your hand. It is a big box, but it fits well. I enjoy it a lot. Really nice black anodized firing switch here that actually goes into the housing a little bit, but it's actually clicky and a really nice switch here. You have this cutout right here on the front, and that is, it goes when you have your batteries in, this cutout is completely in between the battery, both 18650s, and it's just for venting and stuff. And again, this is a dual 18650 series box, and it does put out the full 8.4 volts if you have a fully charged batteries. So you know, you kind of have to know how to build accordingly. But it has a nice Jax Box engraved, or it's not really engraved, but however the 3D printing works, where it looks engraved in the box, and it's pretty deep, really nice. I like that they put the name on it. And you can see on the bottom, it actually, on the door, this door is pressure fitted pretty much, so there's no magnets, and you can see the cutout here where you can put your thumbnail or whatever to open up the battery door here. But it has a Fat Daddy styled 510 connection on top. And I believe, yes, this is a 22 millimeter Fat Daddy style connection. And it does have a spring loaded 510 pin connection there. And it looks to be brass. Really nice 510 connection. I'm really enjoying it. But overall, it's got a little dirt on it where I've been using it. But overall, man, a really clean 3D printed box. One of the nicest ones, you know, I've seen. Everything sits very well on it. One thing I did notice, that the 510 slants back just a little bit. But honestly, when you're vaping it and holding it in your hand and you pull up to vape, it actually really helps out having that angle on it just a little bit. You really can't tell it a whole lot, but it does have one a little bit. Just a really nice series box. Let me take the battery cover off. I don't have any fingernails, so I kind of have to pull it off here. But, okay. As you can tell, here's the battery door cover. As you can tell, it has this lip that goes around the whole way of the battery door. And that's so when you put it in here, it goes around the inside diameter of this box, and it makes it pressure fitted pretty much. So when you click it in, it holds in there by pressure, and all of the lines are very even and smooth. The box was done really well. And this is the inside here. And as you can see, has really nice battery indicators here of positive and negative on the other side here. He puts, I don't know if he glues it in or what, but he puts a plastic piece over this area and glues it in, I believe, so you can't actually get into the internals. He wanted to have that covered up, and I think that's really cool that he did that, just in case, especially being on a series, you know, someone that don't know what they're doing doesn't need to be in here messing with the connections and the wires. And as what I can tell is it has a really nice battery sled. These are your normal just sled connectors or whatever. They're not spring loaded or nothing. They're just kind of sprung. But if you look on the top, it seems like he's using an actual hard copper line, not actually a wire. It's like a copper line, but it works really well. You know, pretty decent solders on each of the connections and stuff. Being a 3D printed box, it's actually really nice. There's really not a whole lot about it. It's very simple. Really nice box here. I enjoy it a whole lot. And what we'll do is I'll show you how you put your batteries in. Pretty much everybody really knows. But on these things, when they're not actually spring loaded, they're just kind of curved over like that. You really don't want to put, you know, one side in at a time. You want to try to keep it as even as possible here. If I can get it on camera. Let's see. Keep it as even as possible and just push down in the middle. And it snapped in. And then we're going to do positive down on this side. Even as possible. And snap it in, and there you go. Fits very well. And as you can tell here, when you put the battery door over, it sits, this cutout right here sits directly on the inside of these batteries. But that is about it, guys. And as you can tell, you just pressure fit it in, and then look at the lines. You don't see many 3D printed boxes where the lines on the battery door are so even. And, you know, usually the battery door is poking up at one side. It doesn't sit, or it doesn't seat. This is just a really nice 3D printed series box. I'm really enjoying it. Just a really nice box, guys. But anyway, I'm going to get back up top, and we'll finish this up. Stick in there with me. All right, guys, we're back up top. I'm going to throw my handy dandy H-Addy RDA back on here, and I'll take a toke for you. But you might can see it has a little slight slant back, but nothing crazy. And I did speak with him about that. It was just when he was putting the 510 in, all the other ones are completely flat. Everything that screws down, all of the different RDAs and stuff I've used on this, everything screws down and is flush with the 510. It doesn't stick up any. On this, you know, with it having a spring-loaded 510, you know, you can run pretty much whatever you want on it. But I'll take a drag off of it, and we'll talk about it a little more. This thing puts out a lot of power with freshly charged batteries. It puts out a good bit of power. You gotta know how you're building on this thing. Keep in mind you want to have a higher resistance when you're building for a series box. So I stick around anywhere from a 0.4 to a 0.6. I think that's a good range. You're going to get a nice warm vape on that. I don't really go lower than that. I just like to be safe, you know, as safe as possible. But if you stick around a 0.4, even if you dip down to a 3.5, I think you'll be okay. But stick around a 0.4 to a 0.6 ohm build on your RDAs or your tank or whatever you're running on it. And I think you'll be just fine. On a tank, you know, you could burn up cools on it. So I run RDAs on boxes like this. I haven't ever run tanks on them. I've heard of people doing it, but I just don't do it. But like I said, I'll have the Facebook link in the description where you can find Jax Box, and you can get a custom box made. He sells all kinds of boxes, parallel, series. I think he even does quad boxes or triple. Yeah, I know he does triple boxes. He might do quad 18650s. He probably does 26 650 boxes if you asked him to. All kinds of different designs, regular, square, pistol grips, all tons of different colors, man. He's really on point on what he builds. I strongly recommend this guy. And he's just a really great box and a really cool guy to deal with. I think he's going to have a bright future in building and stuff like that. So it's really, really cool, guys. But that's the Jax Box again. I hope y'all enjoyed that review. Like I said, there's tons of pros of the box. I hadn't found any cons besides just the slight tilt of the 510 connection. Other than that, it is what it is. It's a 3D printed box, but it's one of the nicest 3D printed boxes that I've seen. It doesn't look rough. It didn't have chips and all kinds of stuff in it. Very smooth. The detail work on it was great. So, really great box, guys. But, you know, I'm thinking about doing some more vlog stuff. Let me know down in the comment section if you would like for me to do kind of more vloggy, or, you know, maybe some rant stuff from time to time, or, you know, kind of what's going on in my life. Maybe if you are interested in knowing what the band's doing or anything. It can be anything you want to talk about, man. I like, you know, if y'all want to know about my life, I'll tell you about it. But if you want to know my vaping story, I'll tell you about it. So let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see more vlog stuff. But next up on the review list, we're going to be checking out this this Velocity RDTA from, I believe it's called iVogo. I bought this actually on eBay and got a really good deal. It was like 25 bucks for it, and that was shipped, and they got it to my door in 2 days. So, and I know that you can find them on Sub-Tank Supply and stuff. So, in a few days, I'll do a review on this bad boy. I know a lot of people have been waiting on that. It's a really nice RDTA. If you really like the Velocity, you're really gonna like this, because it's like pretty much dripping on a Velocity, but it just siphons from the tank. So it's actually really nice. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all sticking in there with me. I have a new intro coming in. I might put it on this one. I don't know. I'm still waiting on the final version. I might throw it on this video just to kind of show you what it's going to look like. I'm really excited about the intro. It's really cool. Anyway, sorry about kind of having to get into a little rant there, but, you know, we're a community. We need to stick together. Even if someone does something wrong, you know, you don't have to trash your brother or sister. You know, that's just not, you know, we're all human. We make mistakes. If that was a mistake of his, I don't know if it was or not. But in the end, we're all human. We're all brothers and sisters under God or whoever you believe in. Or if you don't believe in nothing, if you believe in the fucking dirt, we're all brothers and sisters. And so we need to take care of each other, hold each other up, and we need to look out for what we love with this stuff going through on the FDA and the government stuff. So make sure you're signed up at Casaa.org and do what you can. Be proactive. Be proactive in your community, in your shops, like I was speaking about. And if you have a vaping side effect that you think might be a side effect, check out what your VG-PG ratio is. You know, if you're doing like a 50-50 and you're having some weird issues, you know, up your VG up a little bit and do maybe like a 70-30 or 80-20 or something like that, and see if it helps you. Also, if you're getting dry mouth like I did from vaping, and I know it was from vaping because that's the only time I got it is when I was vaping, you know, make sure you stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water. That's the best thing to drink in my opinion. But, you know, there could be possible side effects. There could not be any. I don't know. I just know from the people that I've talked to that had a few issues, and then myself with PG. So make sure your game's on point before you throw fucking rocks at someone's house, their glass house. Make sure your glass house is good too. So anyway, on that note, guys, y'all take it easy. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you so much, fam.